ladies, I'm Laura, and this is a Wee Dram. Now, I'm no whiskey expert. In fact, just a few short years ago, I looked like this. And now, I look like this. This channel is for beginners from someone who remembers what it's like to be a beginner. So if you think that you could never like whiskey, well, stick with me and I'll show you the way. So about 8 years ago, I started dating this guy, and he was really into single malt scotches. It made it so easy for me at Christmas, birthdays, because I always knew what to get him. He always let me try a little bit, but I was never into it. I just couldn't get my tongue wrapped around it. Over the years, he's letting me try his whiskey. I was never really that into it. We went to a Scottish pub in Toronto called the Caledonian, and they have a great selection there. He ordered a flight and he let me try a little bit, and I don't know what happened that one particular day, but something just clicked. It was just enough to encourage me to try something on my own. So a couple of weeks later, I went to this bar with a friend of mine. I'd always watched in movies and TV shows that these men would order a scotch on the rocks. So that's basically what I ordered. I didn't really know how to order anything else. The waitress went away and she came back, said, "The bartender wants to talk to you. Apparently we have a lot of single malt scotches and he doesn't really know what you'd like." So immediately my heart sank and I began to get a little bit scared because I had no idea what I was talking about. And I looked over at the bartender and he's young and he's cute, and I thought he's going to judge me for being a woman, trying out something I shouldn't be, and I thought I would just feel like an idiot. I worked up the courage to go over there. And he ended up being really nice and really quite kind, and we talked a little bit about what I would like and what I wouldn't like, and he came up with a suggestion which I thought was a little bit unusual, not at the time, but now. He suggested Lafroig quarter cask, which, Laura, it's pronounced Lafroig, which, if you know your whiskey, you'll know that is not a whiskey for the faint of heart. It's got a strong peat flavor, but he suggested this, brought it over to my table. I sat down, I had a couple of sips of it. I took out my phone and I immediately texted Sean and I said, "It's like licking an ashtray and I love it." I think back to that experience at that bar and the feeling of fear that I had going over to that bartender. And I know that a lot of women probably feel the same way, that there's an expectation that you should know everything there is to know about whiskey because it's a man's drink, which is kind of silly when you think about it. You go to a restaurant or a bar, you order a glass of wine, and the sommelier or the bartender or the waiter will ask you what kind of wine you would like. Do you like dry? Do you like sweet? You're not expected to be an expert about wine, so why should you be an expert about whiskey? Our next episode will be Whiskey 101, the bare bone basics of what you need to know to order with confidence. After that, we'll get into some individual bottles, all the bottles from my collection, so personal favorites of mine, and give you a little bit of background on each distillery as well. This has been a Wee Dram, and I'm Laura. Thanks for watching.